So, all right, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to FX Pro Now. This is Philip Anglade. Today is August 22nd, 2018, and we're going to, if anything, do a quick recap on Sundays this week in the market, episode number 2. Today is Wednesday, so it's the middle of the week, and if anything, right now we're going to start out with EURUSD. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to go all the way back in time, right? So what do we see on EU? And I'm going to go pretty extensive on this one, and then on the other ones, I'm probably not going to go as hard. So on EU, what do we see? We see price has a higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, a low because this low is the same as that low, right? Mind you, we're on the monthly time frame. And then we have a lower high, lower low. Price consolidates for a while, so I'm not really going to pay attention to this. We have a lower high. And what do I expect to happen? You know, I expect the price to, if anything, get to this trend line, or at least get to this area right here, which will be 100% retrace from this last low over here. Okay? So from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see the fact that there's some trend line opportunities I could be able to draw. I see price up here. I see price point A, point B, point C, point D, and into the future. And then I see a level of consolidation that was formed right here. If anything, I could probably put my trend line like this, or I could probably just put a level of support straight. But I think this fibs I'll just use as a level of support. So at any point in time that you guys have any questions, anything like that, write them in the chat. I'm not looking at the phone as much as I usually do because I'm just really focusing on this, but you'll be able to write in the chat at any point in time. Let me just log in on my phone so I can get at the same time. And, you know, any point in time that you guys want to be able to get this content over and over and over, we have our YouTube, we have a Facebook, we have literally a whole bunch of different avenues that you can be able to get access to, and you can be able to click on the link below on the description below, so you can be able to get access to all of that. All right, and when you click on the subscribe button, you'll be able to get the videos first. So what I see here is probably a continuation of downwards movement to this area right here. So we're going to look at the monthly chart, the weekly chart now. And what I see here, if I was to put my Fibonacci retracement tool from point A to point B, yeah. So the DXY is the dollar. It's literally the US dollar. So if you think about it, EURUSD. And I'm not really going to go too far into this, but just know at that point in time, that's when the DXY was all the way at its lowest point. If anything, reference it yourself, but just correlate the fact that the DXY at its highest point brings EURUSD at its lowest point. Why? Because the US dollar is high, bringing EURUSD, right, low. When DXY is low, EURUSD is high, right? I would definitely look into that a little bit more as you continue. And just know that referencing the DXY can be able to help you look at these pairs as well, okay? So what do we see? We can be able to see this lower high over here, right? From point A to point B, and if anything, I'll just pull out my fibs real quick. Point A, then point B, right? I know that you don't see all the levels of the fibs. It's because I took a portion of it off, but you'll be able to see it got to 61.8. Right, price got to 61.8, and from there, price starts to fall, right, at that level right here, which also corresponds with our trend line right here. So that's a level of confluence, right? And it was consolidating at this area for a long time, and there was a level of support right here that was formed, and the level of support, I'm guessing, was based upon all over here, level of support, level of support, level of support. and then finally it broke through that area right here. And I see it continuing this downwards movement. Now, a couple weeks back, and if anything, you can look in the chart breakdowns, I explained the fact that price is most likely going to go to this monthly key level, and then from there bounce up, and that's exactly what it did. And if anything, you can reference that in our, I don't know exactly which chart breakdown it was, but you can be able to see that, right? Push down and then push up, right? And what we see here now, if I was to go to the daily time frame, what I see here is the fact that price from here, right, point A to point B, point A and point B, what I see here is the fact that price gets to 38.2 on our fibs, which confirms this as a lower high. Why is that important? Because the thing is, if it didn't get to 38.2, and it only wicks it, if it didn't get to 38.2, then this area right here has every right, if anything, to continue to push up past this level. But being the fact that this got to 38.2, this is now stamped as a lower high. And with that being the case, if price ever breaks past this area, then now it has broken structure and it may continue on its upside. And my first take profit would be this area right here, that blue trend line right here, that thick one, which is my trend line based upon the monthly time frame, right? If price ever were to break up here, okay? Now, being the fact that this is a lower high, I expect price to continue on the downwards movement. And if I was to go to the H4 time frame, what we saw here is a level of consolidation that was formed, and we saw price get into somewhat of a cone area where price started, probably you can call it here. So it hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can call it this. So you can see just what you're going to want to look for is 5 data points, and I got this from Chris Terry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then wait for its breakout. So it's going to have 5 different data points that it's going to usually hit, and then from there break out towards a certain direction. And most times it's going to go through, it's going to do that about 75% of the way. So this would be 100% of that cone, right, from here to here, right? So most likely it's going to break out, from what he explains, about 75% of the way. Okay, and that's what we see here. All right, price breaks out, and what does it do? Price, most times, anytime that it breaks through some level of support or trend line or something like that, price will most times, if anything, bounce off that trend line that it broke through in the first place, right? So price broke through this trend line, and from there bounce off of this, and then continues. Now, I actually called this area right here significant because the thing is, price stops literally in midair and then continues. So that's a portion of why this zone is here. So this zone was drawn out through this area over here. Not really going to go through too much in depth of, actually, I guess I have to. So when it comes to the zones are drawn from the previous candle's wick to the breakout candle's body. And this is based upon the daily chart, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me just give it to you guys. No, it's most likely based upon probably the hour chart, I guess. Let's see. Anytime I go to a lower time frame down here, then that's wild. I don't know what this was. It's most likely based upon. It's most likely based upon the 2-hour chart. I know for sure this is based on something major. This orange right here is based upon this on the lower time frame, most likely the 1 hour. I know that for sure. This one right here, 4 hours? Well, based upon this wick, to tell you the truth, I don't know, but it did respect it. It literally did respect it over here. It did respect it. I forgot exactly what I based it on, but it doesn't matter. Either way, so now we're on the H4 time frame. Price broke through this trend line right here, bounced off of this, and then from there continued on its way down, right? And what we see is price from point A to point B, price gets to 100% retracement. That right there is one of the safest trades you can make when price gets to 100% retracement. Why? Because the thing is, if price breaks, now why? Hold on. Actually, why do I draw my Fibonacci from here? Because if I was to draw from point A to point B, we see price gets to 38.2, considering this as a lower high. So that's why I'm able to say, okay, this, I could draw my Fibonacci from here, right? So from point A to point B, point C over here, the fact that it got to 100%, right? It's like almost an automatic that I could put in the sell and then put my stop loss, my risk, literally like right above it. Because the thing is, if price passes that area in any form or fashion and closes on a higher time frame, probably like the 30-minute, I guess is safe. Definitely on the 1 hour, then price is broken structure and most likely heading towards the upside, right? And my first take profit would probably be this weekly right here, but it didn't. Let's go down to the lower time frame. Let's go to the H1 time frame. What do we see? Price. You see this green box right here. Let's just say that we didn't see this green box. This black right here literally covers that bearish candle right here. Let's go down to the lower time frame. Let's say the 15-minute. This is when I would actually enter in. What do we see? Price gets to that that black line right here is 100%, right, on the fibs. Price shoots up to that area, and then from there we see a bearish candle. That's not enough. We need a bearish engulfing candle. Price hits back up to this area, so I guess we can call it like a double top based upon the 15-minute, which is not really that strong, right? But then this candle right here, this is what I would look for. This candle right here is this candle engulfs this candle, this candle, this candle, and that candle. That right there tells me in this 15-minute time frame, there was way more sellers in the market than 15, 30, 45, an hour, and 15 minutes. More sellers in the market than an hour and 15 minutes of time, right? So that would, after this closes right here, but if anything, probably on the 5-minute, you can actually, I'm not gonna open that. You're able to actually enter in on the next candle right here, and through there, put your risk right above that last wick. I would put it probably 5 pips above it, right? And then price started to push down. Now here's the thing. This is, you see this wick right here? Price is gonna do that, right? Why? Not price, but the people that control this stuff. So I had a wick of 15 pips. Why? Because the thing is, they're looking to get people stop loss. They're looking to wick it and then continue on the downside because they want to get as many people out of the market as they can so they can make as much money as they can. So keep it as simple as that, right? I could be right, I could be wrong. So now, I hope you guys are in this sell, right? I'm up a good amount of pips right now on that, right? From here, actually, someone on my team is actually up, I think 35 pips or something like that. Congrats to him, the fact that he actually caught this, right? So you should be up at least 39 pips for the perfect entry. If you're up anywhere up in that range, congratulations, honestly, okay? So here's the thing. Right now, price, this box right here, okay? price is going to have some, not trouble, but it's going to take some time to break through this area right here. Okay, price is going to take some time to break through this area right here, and it'll probably bounce off this area, probably what it's doing right now, probably bounce off this area, and then from there push up. Once it makes another lower high, that's going to be and you're looking for another bearish engulfing pattern based on the 15-minute chart. Once that happens again, right, and it should happen again because this is a very big push, right, something like this, same exact thing, push down, push up, bearish engulfing pattern, another entry, okay, and from there, it's probably going to do the same thing, push down, push up, look for another bearish engulfing pattern based on the 15-minute chart, and look for its push down. Now here's the thing: you want to make sure that price literally passes this blue line right here, this area right here. It's also going to have some trouble in this area right here. Once price passes this area right here, it's smooth sailing. It's like a rocket ship, right? This area, it's just getting ready. Once price passes that area, I see it pushing down at the least to 1.13. But that's just based upon my observation, based upon what I saw on the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the H4, and based upon what we've seen price movement, the fact that the monthly is in a downtrend, the weekly is in a downtrend, the daily is in the downtrend, the H4 is in the downtrend. At some point in time, the hour is going to be in the downtrend. So that's why I want you to write in the comment section right now, like, what did you get from that? You know, like, did that make sense? What made sense? What was like, whoa, like, did you see like things come together in any form or fashion, right? And also, you know, like this video whenever you get the chance, so that you remember that you've watched this, so that when the next one forms, that when the next video comes out, you know that you watched this one already, and probably share this with somebody else, because the thing is, it may help out somebody else as well. All right, so now we're gonna go to the daily. What would be my next take profit? Now this is like freaking gold, right? So when it comes to take profits, right? If anything, oh, this is actually performance. Holy crap! All right. So when it comes to take profits, I really want you to see this, right? There's these things called extensions when it comes to the Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay. I don't want you to look at this. This is really just. When it comes to the Fibonacci retracement tool, there's these things called extensions on them, right? And these extensions are literally telling you where price will probably go, right? I hope you guys are in this. Well, forget I said that. So point A, point B, point C, right, 100%. Now, anytime that price gets to 38.2, 61.8, or anywhere in between, you know, to 100%, usually the way that this works is the fact that take profit number one for me. Now, usually take profit number one is negative 27%. You can do that if you want. Take profit number one for me is always 100%. Right, getting back to where price was. So point A, point B, point C, point D is my take profit number one. Now you can do take profit at 61.8, where like price gets to this area right here, gets to this area right here. You can do that. That's what the harmonic scanner does actually, right? And 50% is another take profit. So you can do that, right? If you don't want to wait that long, right? Or you could be able to point A, point B, point C. Right? Point D would be 61.8 is take profit number one. Take profit number two is 50%. Take profit number three is 38.2. You could do that. It's literally what the harmonic scanner does. But you're doing it for yourself. Quote unquote, you are the indicator. Okay? So that's what the harmonic scanner is doing. It's letting you know flat out. Right? Now, my take profits are 100% retracement. You could do it up here, right? Just get something, right? Because this already from up here, point A. Point B, that's already 80 pips for that one. That's 130 for that one. That's 160 for that one. For this one, though, is 280. And for this one is 380 pips, right? So that push right there is major. So this negative 27% is top traders take profit number one, okay? So just make your stop loss above the last high. Just keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. All right, and take profit number two would be 61.8. And what's cool is the fact that, remember, we had fibs on this one, point A, point B, point C, 38.2. So if I was to put this back on, literally the negative 27% correlate with each other, right? Also, confluence based upon negative 27%, plus it's literally on the T of our monthly. That's what I really wanted to get to. It's literally on the monthly, and that's a key thing. That's what we call confluence, right, in the market, where two things are happening at the same exact point. Negative 27% is lining up with our monthly, and if you were to watch this video, I literally said it. I have it written down here. I have it written down here somewhere where I said price is going to it. Let me watch my words. Price may go to 1.2, 1.12, right? So if anything, check that out. All right, and from there, next take profit will be negative 61.8, right? This one over here. But ultimately, this is what I see. Mind you, I drew this a couple weeks back. You can watch this on the CBD. I forget exactly what number, but a couple weeks back, I said price is going to get down here, push up here, or probably push up here, and then from there, ultimately head down to this trend line. I don't know if it's going to go to this trend line. What I do see is price going to this over here for 100% from here and probably push back up. But that's just my observation. It'll take a little while for that to get there, though. All right, so that's my real long observation on EU. To keep it simple, I see price most likely pushing down towards, and I think it's probably doing it now, pushing down at the least to 113, right? But if anything, just to be safe, you can do to 114.9, 114.6, 114.2. These three right here, right? But I would definitely wait for price to, if anything, pass this area before like closing past this to be kind of sure. Okay, so so that's that. That's EU. Next, we're going to talk about AU. There it goes, boy. That pretty, man. Pretty. Check that out, man. You guys catching this? So you watch this again, right? If I was to go to AU, so talk about GJ, right? Talked about AU. Now, I don't think anybody expected price to go all the way to 100%, right? But it did. Oh, no. Did it get to 100% here? $61.8. So it got 61.8, consolidated for a long time. It literally closed past this, and I was like, what the heck's going on? Either way, got to here, and now it's starting its push down. And it's beautiful, man. Like I call this over here. Beautiful. And I forget exactly what my take profit was, but same exact thing. Negative 27%, so 0.713, and then from there, man, it's just like a dead zone. Oh, you know what? I think I had it to 0.68 something. Forgot where I had it at. I think I had it all the way down here. But if anything, you can see AU literally point A, point B, 61.8, literally got into this level of this supply and demand zone, and through this supply and demand zone, if anything, let me just scroll into this. The supply and demand zone most likely was based upon the H4 time frame, and into the future. And when you were to look at this, literally price consolidates in this area a whole bunch. This is literally what faked me out though. Price closed past this area. I should have like stuck to my guns and continued to sell. I didn't, but I still re-entered in later once I saw that price started to push down again. So I don't know exactly how many pips I'm up, but let's see these candles. So 46 right now. Okay, so that's AU. Let's go to GJ. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, no real effects on GJ. Most likely the US market is moving strong. As far as GJ, I still see price getting into this range right here. Why do I see that? Based upon this zone over here. This zone over here was most likely drawn. I don't know exactly what is drawn on. Let's see. I doubt it was on the hour. What, on the daily? Oh yeah, on the daily. So this is how you draw your what is this? Supply and demand zones. Previous candle's wick to the breakout candle's body. Breakout candle's body. Previous candle's wick to the breakout candle's body into the future. As you can see, price sat on top of that supply and demand zone, and then from there pushed up, hit that trend line on the monthly trend line, and then from there it started to push down. Found a level of support, go figure, on the monthly, and then from there consolidated for a long time, and then from there started to push up, and I see price getting to at the least the bottom of the supply zone right here, right? And then from there, ultimately, I definitely see price getting to at least 144, and then from there probably continuing to push down. But once it gets into this area, if anything, I'll just not trade GJ until I see the continuation of the downtrend. And you can see the continuation. You can see the downtrend forming based upon this higher time frame on the weekly. Price pushed down, pushed up, got to close to 50% on the fibs, and then from there, I see it continuing its downtrend movement. And I think it's actually going to do it pretty aggressively once it actually pushes down. The reason why is because this channel formed, it's squeezing price right now. But once it breaks through this trend line again on this monthly, once it breaks through there, I think it's going to really have a rush down, the same rush that this had. And my goal that I see is the fact that price will get to this area over here, right? So at the least 131 or 130, 130 flat. All right. So that's GJ. Also on a sell long term. GJ. Wow. Yeah, see this is just pretty interesting. This is respecting now market structure. Bless you. This is respecting market structure, where we see price pushing down, pushing up, pushing down. And the reason why I say not market structure, but the fact that if AU is going, if EU is going down, AU is going down, then UJ, being the fact that U is on the other side, UJ should go up, right? And I'm guessing since UJ is going up, GJ should go up. Like when it comes to those correlations and stuff like that, it kind of gets pretty annoying. Because then you start making bias, it's probably not even there. All right. So let's go to the H4. Honestly, with UJ, I'm kind of like, I'm not really liking it, honestly. Yeah. I'm not even gonna have an analysis on UJ. Right now it's really on my monthly. And with it being on my monthly, and it's been like in this consolidation phase. If you were to look at the daily chart, you see all this mess, bro. Like I don't want to be in that. It's been like that for days. So let's look at the weekly and let's see how ugly this looks. Right? You can't do anything with this. Look at this week. Literally closed exactly where it started. It's the ugliest candle I've seen. All right, so I'm not even gonna do anything on UJ. And last but not least, USDCAD. Let's see what this did. I didn't look at any of these other pairs. I was mostly focused on EU. Interesting. So as we can see here, price broke down to this one. I was completely off. It hit my stop loss, and once it hit my stop loss, I was out of the trade. It only hit a stop loss of 10 pips. It was like the risk to reward was just so grand. The reward was like 300 pips to the upside. Price hit my stop loss, and I was actually up 30 pips, and then from there hit my stop loss. I was like, oh, whatever. Price gets to this trend line, and now that it's at my trend line, if anything, I just won't touch this one right now. Where do I see it probably going? If anything, it's been in this downwards slide. I'd rather see this daily close. If it's a bullish engulfing on this daily candle right here, I'll have to see the next candle. Excuse me. So we see a nice bullish candle right here, engulfing this one. If anything, I'll probably just not really like look at this honestly. But interesting. 38.2. So this was actually an easy trade. Point A, point B, point C, 38.2, negative 27%. That was actually an easy trade. But my bias was to the upside. So, oh well. So that's what I got for now. If anything, let me show you DXY. I'm going to show you how this correlates with everything. And if anything, write some questions in the comment section. I think it'll help you out. Don't worry about all my stuff. I'm just trying to be an investigator. All right. See all that. All right. So what do we see? As far as the daily, right? If not the daily, DXY. I'm just going to show you this. Price got literally to 100%. That's all I needed you to see. Yeah, show you this. Boom. And boom. So this is 38.2. So this is considered as a lower high. I mean a higher low, right? So my next fibs I can be able to put from here, point A and point B. Point A, point B, point C, 100%. What do you see The DXY, the US dollar currency, doing bullish. Where do I see price going? To that trend line, right? It's sitting on top of that monthly. So if this is going bullish, if this is going up, you see here, down. Write a comment if you see that. You see what I'm looking at. See bullish H4, bullish on the DXY, the US dollar, right? Now EURUSD, USD getting stronger, right? That brings the EUR down, AUD down, USD, JPY up, UCAD, USD up. Very, very simple. Does that make sense? Now, here's one thing though. This is how I look at the market though. Years. This is how I look at the market. It's made it look like a joke, but I'm dead serious. That's how I look at the market. Just like this. Now, why? So think about gears. Think about EURUSD. Think about EUR like this one, and think about USD like this one. These two big currencies move all the little ones. And let's just say JPY is not as small as these, but it's a little smaller. And think about Great British Pound, a little bigger than the JPY, if anything. But these right here move the market, right? And with that being the case, it's moving all the little ones. That's the easiest way to put that. So, who's in profit right now? I want to know. Write in the chat if you're in profit right now. You should be. You should be. Yee. Very good. Very good. I'm happy to hear that. Tell a friend. Ooh, the chat's blowing up. Good stuff, man. I'm happy to hear that. So, if anything, I'm going to I'll put this up on the page on the YouTube right now. You guys can be able to review. I think it's the beginning of the extra push, but hopefully this helps you out. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, subscribe to it, guys. Like I'm telling you, like the stuff is live. All right. I didn't do Bitcoin. I'm actually in profit based upon the analysis that I had a while back, probably like a week and a half ago. I'm actually up on. I haven't even looked at it. I was in crazy negative actually, but I kept it because I knew where it was going. Let's go down to the hour. I haven't even looked at it, but I just saw my account. Pushed up strong, pushed down. So I don't know exactly where I entered in at, but I think I entered in. Let's look at H4. I know it was the H4 I was basing it on. So I entered in here. And I wasn't even more. Holy crap. So I entered in here. The reason why I entered in, if anything, you can watch the entire video on these CBDs that I have. But literally the only bias that I had is the fact that this, my SMA and EMA, it crossed over here and then it pushed up. The next time that it actually crossed was over here. That's what I expect. Push up to the upside to this area over here. And I think my take profit is 7,600. To be safe, if anything, put it to 71.20. As we can see, there's a level of support right here, and then also the fact that literally price doesn't pass this level of support, period. You know, it doesn't pass anywhere past this area, right? But I definitely traded EURUSD when it comes to Bitcoin because it moves crazy, right? I was down like 200 pips on this, but then I looked back and I was up, and this wick looks crazy. So this take profit is 10,000 pips. It's crazy. So I don't mind being 200 down. This is 3,500. I didn't see that. All right. So hopefully this helps you out. Go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and share this video with a friend of yours that you think you'll be able to help out. We have different resources that you can be able to get access to. We have a Telegram group. We have a Facebook group. You can be able to get all those videos. I mean, all that content at the top of our YouTube. You can be able to go onto our actual website, fxpronow.com. Literally everything is listed very nicely on there. You can be able to subscribe by literally clicking this video, this thing right here. You can get to our Facebook right here, and both of our Telegrams. You got to get both. One is for announcements, and one is for our support group. So, really appreciate your time, and hopefully this helped you out. And let's become an FX Pro now. So if you have any questions, leave a comment. All right.